It's like a breath of fresh air to walk through the green in the garden and see the sculptures, and inevitably run into a friend.
The atmosphere is what's way different. It's relaxed.
There's a lot of talent here, a lot of very bright professionals, the best in their field.
I felt at home immediately. I mean, everybody that I work with in my department, was very welcoming.
I spent my whole life on this campus, and I don't have a single regret.
I have always known about Pratt. I grew up in Brooklyn. It's always been an important place for me. It's an incredibly dynamic environment where artists and designers and thinkers come together.
I decided to come to Pratt Institute as a student because I really loved the idea of having a well-rounded arts education. I pretty quickly realized that that was the right place for me as a student. Flash forward 10 years and I wanted to really come back here and teach and take all of the experience I had learned throughout those years and bring it back to the Institute.
I needed a change. I needed to get back into the art world. I needed that environment. I needed that to be around creative minds. So School of Art and Design was in need of someone, and here I am, 24 years later.
The first question I was asked when I came into this room was, what kind of art do you like? What kind of art would you like on your wall? Which was a very unusual question for me. In my previous experience, it was, what are the characteristics of computer you would like to have, or what software do you need? So here it was more about, what are the things that will surround you that will make your work more comfortable or better or easier?
There's no place else in the world to work other than Pratt because of everything that goes on here. We have the sculpture garden, we have beautiful landscape, and I mean, you can walk out the door and see a circus going on the lawn. There's nowhere else you can do that unless you work at the circus.
What I love about the Pratt environment and the Pratt community is the organic flavor to which I always come to work. So that I may be up here in my office with the windows open and all of a sudden the smell of somebody barbecuing out the window or the sounds of a drumming circle going on. And although there are plenty of planned events around Pratt, I love the less planned events and the surprises and the things that I come across in my everyday travels.
One of the things that has really added to my life by being at Pratt is the opportunity to meet some of my heroes. I actually got to shake the hand of Louise Nevelson, Laurie Anderson, and Christo and his wife, Jean-Claude.
And we also had that great lecture with Anna Wintour. Wow, and the line was from all the way down to DeKalb Avenue.
Getting to see Martha Stewart come here. It was just really interesting to see somebody who does have a lot of impact on the students here, and she does all these great things in the art world.
Higgins Hall has this state-of-the-art auditorium. There's a speaker series there. Generally, on average, every other week, there's a great speaker. And they are often the stars of architecture, so there's often a crowd. It's a little bit like a Brooklyn Academy Music event in the sense that all of a sudden you see lots of people wearing black show up for a special event. And so it adds a little buzz to the building as well.
The annual event that I enjoy going to is the holiday party in December at the Caroline Ladd Pratt House.
It's hosted by the president and Dr. Schutte and Mrs. Schutte, and it's an opportunity for me to see all the people I speak to over the telephone and actually don't know their faces.
For me, it was going to be my first year at Pratt, and I was just looking to kind of network and get my name out there and introduce myself to people, and it was a good way for me to do that.
If you have a sweet tooth, then go to the president's Christmas party. They got really good baked goods at the Christmas party, and you can hear a speech and you can meet everyone too. That's also nice.
The Pratt Fashion Show, love it. It's one of the greatest shows, again, on the campus because why? It's from the fashion department. Students get together. They've been working on this stuff for almost a year.
It's really great just to see students work basically live and in action and being worn by models. It was just a very professionally done fashion show.
A special event at Pratt that I'm basically in charge of running and organizing with definitely all the help of my office is the International Food Fair. It's always held at the end of March, sometimes early April, and we have a lot of cooks from their home countries cook their national dish, their favorite recipes from their grandparents, and hundreds of people come, maybe 300 or 400 people from the Pratt community and the extended community around Brooklyn.
The inspiration for the Pratt Film Society came about because we wanted to have screenings of a variety of work for the Pratt community, and in addition we wanted to be able to share our passion for film. And so one of the unique things about our film society is that we invite students, employees, faculty members to introduce films they feel especially passionate about.
What I like about the Pratt Manhattan campus is that we are stationed in Manhattan.
I just love my colleagues in this building. Everybody's very helpful. We're a small community. I always make an effort to go to the Pratt Manhattan Gallery as they change shows. Yeah, I've seen some very interesting things.
The thing about the Pratt environment is that it's a big community, and the campus really helps because after class, students will go outside and you'll see them on the campus filming and working together and creating art and drawing and whatnot, and it just feels like a really alive place to be.
It's just an extraordinary pleasure just being on campus. I think the way the groundspeople take care of the place, the flowers they're planting, the way they care for the trees and the artwork and so on, I think that's all just marvelous.
We have utility porters, we have handy persons, we have carpenters, we have landscapers. So, I mean, all the different trades in conjunction together, they each have a role in keeping the campus looking the way it does.
I'm a groundsman. I take care of them all campus, outside, perimeter, inside campus, to keep the place looks nice, beauty.
In the spring, we do look forward to planting all the flowers for the summer. And in the fall, we also plant for the winter time because we have to do bulbs for the spring for them to come up. Campus looks beautiful in all the seasons because even in the winter time, with all the artwork now that we have in our sculpture garden, whatever the season is, the campus really looks, beautiful.
Security's function is providing access and control to the dorms to protect the students, as well as various buildings and the property on campus. So we have a total of probably 70 officers at one time on and off around campus.
I patrol on campus, off campus, Higgins Hall, Carolina Pratt House, 100 grand, 85 grand, Pratt Manhattan.
We do have what we call layers of security. That would include the patrol vehicles, the bicycles, the foot patrols, as well as the visibility of the officers, the surveillance cameras, and even our locking systems and swipe card accesses. So we're always working hard to upgrade the appearance that adds to Pratt so people can feel comfortable, and it's always a high visibility of security on campus.
I consider the campus really safe, really safe. We're here 24/7, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, all year round.
We have what we call a crime prevention program, which is something that I have the task of sharing with the community to educate our students and faculty, everyone within the community, on how to best protect themselves when they're off campus.
It's a youthful neighborhood. You've got Brooklyn Flea around the corner on Myrtle Avenue. Thanks, in fact, to Pratt's active involvement, is just a row of really great funky restaurants.
No, the whole neighborhood has gotten very user-friendly. People hang out till all hours of the night.
Pratt is in Clinton Hill, which is one of the architecturally most rich environments in the city.
It's essentially residential, but we're very close also to Fort Greene, which is maybe a little bit more vibrant neighborhood. Fort Greene Park is right down the street.
We're right near the Brooklyn Academy of Music, which has music, theater, movies, not far from the Dumbo area, where there are many, many art galleries.
Let's put it this way. Greenwich Village is the new Upper East Side, and Brooklyn is the new Greenwich Village.
Go out and start walking around and see where your feet lead you. You won't be disappointed.
One of my favorite sculptures is the shovels on the side of the ELJ building, because that was one of the first ones brought to campus. And it's pretty unique because unless you look closely at it, you don't know that they're shovels. I think it's a pretty big vision of the sculptor to do that.
My favorite statue on campus consists of sculptured men. Generally, you see it from the back. So there's an added quality of anonymity to it, which also makes you very conscious that they're being treated as things and not as people.
I actually wrote a kid's book based on the tree people. When the sun goes down at night, they move. So I tell that to little kids when they come around here and they just want to stay out here all night.
The school has its own department, which is completely dedicated to changing curriculum across campus so that every class has some aspect of sustainability, which is where the world is headed.
A very unique thing in the nation. It combines science with policy and place. Most sustainability programs are just about the science, or just about the policy, or just about the place.
The Pratt Center helps disadvantaged communities to realize their land use dreams. Everything from preserving affordable housing to preserving good blue-collar jobs that are the staple of New York City.
There are a number of things that I've been able to create here at Pratt Institute. One is the Pratt Design Incubator, where we help young businesses start up, all based on sustainability. The other is the Center for Sustainable Design Studies, which is a physical hub at the campus. We have a materials library, we have the Green TV where we're doing stories about what's going on at Pratt, and all of that kind of moves over onto the Pratt CSDS website, where we are creating almost a virtual tour of sustainability on campus, really giving people resources and tools that help them integrate sustainable thinking into their own practices.
Not only do I work here, but I received 2 graduate degrees from Pratt, and I teach on the weekends.
I take continuing ed classes. You know, as a professional engineer, a licensed engineer, you have to keep up on your education courses, and the Pratt continuing ed program is really very robust.
Can't really imagine another work setting that would be that supportive in terms of achieving your goals and self-development.
Staff and faculty will have to be employed here, and there's a list that your kids can go to any school. The list gets bigger every year, and it's just taking advantage. The tuition is free. Room and board you have to take care of, you have to pay, but they can go to any one of those schools and tuition is free. My daughter, the youngest one, just graduated from LaSalle University in Philadelphia, and tuition free.
I get to take advantage of the free courses that are given for employees.
In the Office of Educational and Technology, we schedule workshops that range from training faculty members on the learning management system, on using office productivity tools such as Excel and Word, and design tools such as those in Creative Suite.
The library itself is the second building that was built on campus. It's from 1896, I believe. So it's this beautiful, landmark building. The stacks were designed by Tiffany.
I love the library because I love the glass floors. So I can just be in the library looking for any books, and then I have to go up and just walk on the floors because they're gorgeous.
The multimedia services room in the basement of the library, I had no idea you could go in there and look through stacks and stacks of DVDs.
I love the gym. We have a wonderful fitness center. We have a great staff there who have been tremendously helpful to me and giving me suggestions for working out.
You can go at any time. You can go at lunchtime, first thing in the morning now that they open up at 6:30. It's fantastic.
They have free classes. Tai Chi I've done, aerobic classes. And I also teach a wellness class there, by the way.
I've developed as a person, as a whole person, realizing the opportunities that are here.
As I moved from being a student to being a teacher here, to transitioning to being the chair of the Industrial Design Program. And then when I stepped down as chair, there was an opportunity to be the first academic director of sustainability for the Institute.
That's one of the nice things about Pratt is there's a lot of bottom-up governance. We really do have a hand in shaping our culture.
Pratt is a really unique place, and that's a good thing. And so some things that Pratt does in a non-traditional way actually work out fine, and they're healthier and more interesting than what other places do.
I was working part-time for 2.5 years. After that, he was calling me if he wanted me to come full-time. It's fine, which is fine. So I got some benefits for me, for my kids, my wife, and I'm happy with this job.
You need to love your work. And if you love your work, you will love the place you work at.
The place where I've grown up, the place where I've met people from all over the world, made wonderful friendships, and the place where I will probably retire from. And welcome to Pratt.
The Pratt cats, sometimes they can be a little annoying, but they've been here before I've been here, so what are you going to say? They're all over the place. Students like them, staff members, some of them like them, some of them don't like them.
That was actually one of the highlights when I came and interviewed here and went on the tour. I saw they have their little employee entrance over by the engine room.
They really kind of create a relaxing atmosphere. When they turn up, you suddenly feel like you're sitting in someone's living room.
Not familiar with the cats except when they terrorize the squirrels on campus.
But I think it's awesome that there are Pratt cats and that they have these awards on the wall that have been there for like 20 years.
I'm allergic to cats, so no. I like the idea of them, but I won't touch them.